Look, I'm not back in 10 minutes. They call the cops. Standard operating procedure.
Here's some standard operating procedure. Stay the fuck away from Tony Soprano. Shut the fuck up. And listen, it's over. Capiche? Over and done. You call or go anywhere near him or his family, and they'll be scraping your nipples off these fine leather seats. And here's the point to remember. My face is the last one you'll see, not Tony's. We understand each other? It won't be cinematic.
So I'm having one of those situations last night that we all frequently have in marriage where it's like, she's completely ready to go to bed. I'm not. It's like, so I'm going to keep watching a little TV, wind down here. It's like, okay, that's great. Just don't watch The Sopranos. Which, that is my favorite show of all time, but it's not even about that. I've been watching that show nonstop since like sometime in the middle of high school. Must have been like season 2 or 3 was going on. And I started watching that show in the middle of high school and never stopped. Literally never stopped. Still watch it all the time to this day. I'm 37 years old. Talking over 2 decades here, people. My point in bringing all that up is I'm not throwing this on most nights when I'm up too late or need to wind down because it's the best show ever, which it is. I'm throwing it on because I've seen it so much and it's so familiar that it has that huge just source of familiarity to me that just kind of slows your mind down, just kind of makes you forget about whatever you were pondering or getting anxious over, and before you know it, you're drifting off. It's like my Tylenol PM. We all have shows like that. But her thing is, I can't fall asleep to that. It's too dark. It's too scumbag. I've seen it before, so when I hear the shit, my mind goes right there. I can picture it. I'm like, too dark? Too dark? What are you talking about? You watch, you know how it goes when she watches her final show of the night and then click the remote, go to bed. It's these super long, drawn out, hour-long murder investigation shows, which, by the way, 7 times out of 10, it's all family. A immediate family member murdered his wife, murdered his kids, hired someone to murder his whole family.
Yes, I live at 85 Yale Farm Road. I think I need an ambulance.
Okay, what's going on?
The truck fell on my stepson.
The truck fell on your stepson?
Yes, and we just got home, and I don't think he's alive.
Okay, he's pinned underneath the truck?
Yeah, my husband's lifting up the truck. His chest is crushed.
His chest is crushed?
Oh my God. This is awful.
You know what I mean? And not only are you hearing nonstop throughout the show how these children were murdered, how this defenseless woman was murdered, and how senseless and vicious. So, before every commercial break, they remind you of just how viciously these innocent, beautiful people got it. So you're suffering through that the whole time, right? Just getting your mind freaking bludgeoned with, oh my God, if that ever happened to my kids, somebody ever fucking harmed my wife, and then you're going to the, how can these people get to this place? That's dark. I can't fall asleep for 3 hours when she turns that shit off. She pops it off. Oh man. Well, whew. At least they caught that piece of shit. Some justice was solved. Good night. Love you. I'm like, oh, they caught the guy at the end. You can just roll over and go to bed. I'm over here thinking, is my neighbor a fucking murderer? Can I even take my kids out in public anywhere ever again? You know what I mean? Can I fucking trust the person laying next to me? I mean, goddamn, my mind's going all over the place. You want to talk about dark? And hey, how about this? This is the big part. You know how I can separate in The Sopranos when they murder somebody every episode? Oh, well, it's just a show. This ain't a show. This is real documented homicides that took place. Again, almost all of them, family members killing other family members in cold blood. Or like a dude murdering his entire household for 150 grand of insurance. Fucking what? How do you think You're going to live through that. Well,
17 nails.
Christina had a $150,000 life insurance policy on her at the time of her death. Carl got the money and used it largely to finance his move back to New York and kind of start over again with the kids.
I can compartmentalize that I brutally had children and the woman that I walked down the aisle with murdered because it got me, like 19 months of financial freedom. I mean, this is real shit. The Sopranos, somebody fucks up a $2 million a year construction scheme. They get taken out and murdered because they knew the rules. They fucking broke them. They got greedy. It's like no big deal.
We're going to take out Carmine Lupatazzi.
You want to compare the two and have the balls to use words like dark? Well, that's just too dark. It's just too dark. But then I start thinking, I get on my high horse. You watch real life, cold blood, passionate, senseless murder shit for, 90 minutes straight and then go to bed and just sit there and let it all stew in your brain. It's like smoking crack and trying to go to sleep in my mind. And you think this is dark, but then I get to thinking about it because she knows so well how to say it. I'm like, what's so dark about it? Well, I mean, for starters, just men cheating on their wives, which is totally true with the Sopranos, okay? Literally everyone, too, not just the mafia members. I mean, deceit and infidelity at every turn. So I get how a woman, that's not their favorite thing to watch all day long, And then she keeps going. And she's like, yeah, and I mean, just nonstop manipulation. I mean, even these guys manipulating their own family to get away with their bullshit that they're doing and constantly lying to each other's face about who's getting what money and ripping each other off. And this guy planning for a whole season to have this guy killed and fucking eating at the dinner table with them until it finally happens. I mean, she just looks at me. She goes, it's fucked up. Everything they're doing is fucked up. They're fucking thieving everybody. They're fucking sleeping with everybody. They're fucking killing everybody, right? And the cops are doing all kinds of fucked up shit. She starts going in on just when you want to pull for the FBI, you realize how fucking slimy they are and sacrificial they are, and they're really just as greedy as the mafia guys in their own way. And now I'm doing the whole, what does that say about me that I can watch that with a smile? She got me there. What does that say about me? This isn't just a show I enjoy, a show that I have committed 21, 22 years of my life to. And that's why it makes me laugh, because a big part of that commitment for all these years is all that shit she broke down about the cheating and the lying and ripping each other off and the deceit and the betrayal and the murder and that's all part of why it's the funniest show in the world, if you ask me. So that is why it puts me in the whole what does that say about me mode. Like when Tony gets caught cheating for the umpteenth time and Carmela's finally had enough at the end of White Caps and he comes home and she's hysterical and he's like, what'd I do now, huh?
What did I do? Huh? What did I do? Well, your mother told you what I said to your father about her psoriasis. I was just trying to be honest with her.
Knocking on the door. She's ready to kill herself, and he's knocking on the door trying to get in. And Doctor, come on, Carm, what'd I do now, huh? They're fucking Polly and Chris getting in an argument outside the restaurant. The waiter intervene and they fucking throw a rock at him, and he's dying. He's epileptic. And they're like, Jesus, don't they have pills for these fucking assholes?
Chrissy, he's fucked up. Don't they have medicine they're supposed to take, these assholes? I don't know.
Guys fluttering around on the asphalt like you dropped a fish on the deck. And they're like, Jesus Christ, what's this asshole's problem? Doesn't he got pills he can take?
I don't know. You say we hit him with a brick. Still going, this asshole.
I mean, I love watching these sick fucked up maniacs, and they're just navigating life like normal people doing all this fucked up shit. So she's right. She's got her point. And I guess what freaks me out the most about it is if all of that's what gets me off, and watching gruesome family murder in complete detail is what gets her off of, what kind of shot do these kids of ours have, huh? Somebody please pray for these kids. Both their parents are psychopaths.
Why don't you just fuck yourself? Save a little money.
What's your problem?
Stop trying to bait me, Paulie. You know what my fucking problem is.
No, why don't you tell me?
You want me to tell you? Fine. Steaks, 3-pound lobsters, the shrimp fucking cocktails you made everybody get. Then on top of everything else, you send those skanks a bottle of Cristal.
I was being a gentleman, Chrissy. You ought to try it sometime.
Not to mention the Leonese fucking potatoes you didn't even touch.
What? I lost my appetite.